Hold on, get my phone. Give me my phone. I need it. Bro, I gotta put the stream.
The difference is LeBron's a nice guy. Nobody ever said this.
Too late.
Huh? Oh, no. Oh.
Get one bowl.
Okay.
Round table discussing the way that we get to the rack. Matter the game that you play, I'm just stating the facts. The aim of the game to be caking and making the max. I was 20 with a stack, 19 with a plaque, 18 neck icy with my Kango hat. I told him, run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. You see us out here getting to the bag. Run the numbers up and run it back. Run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Oh, when we get the bag. Yeah, don't you get too mad. Run it back.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
Now my favorite elder is 30-year-old elder. 18-year-old elder.
How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways.
He's in college. Star
Just
football
about 8
player.
miles inland from the warm waters of the Atlantic. We are inside Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami.
You must gonna change
The right to
your
represent
shot.
the AFC
You gonna
in
lose
this
weight.
year's Super Bowl. Off we go
Never.
on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. First and 10. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. On 3rd and 2, it's May. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. A big play there on the scramble. 32 yards. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
What?
Where's the rotation?
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Tell me that.
Where? Go.
From out of the gun, here's Ned. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is Hunt. What a throw. Touchdown, Patriots. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Pats struck first in the AFC Championship game. They're out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get this complete. That's Anthony Schwartz. 2nd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. That's going to be intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep...
I fumbled the football. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That is intercepted. Into space. Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Patriots will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to the air following that pick six.
That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
I think all of us up here in the booth were curious, how is this quarterback going to bounce back following the pick six? And, a lot of guys come back and they're very conservative and they just want to dink and dunk because they're scared to throw another pick. Well, we found out pretty quickly. Not this guy. He's going to continue to attack the ball downfield, and he's looking to make big plays any chance he gets.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Let's go. Buffalo 18.
Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. His throw left side is complete. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
Throwing now from the gun. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Back to the air one more time. To the right side here, pass is caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. His first catch here in this AFC title game, and it's a first down. They'll look to throw yet again. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Come on, A-10. Touchdown, Dolphins. Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Dolphins are on the board. It's now 14-7. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Here's May to throw it on first down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. Working out of the gun. It's May. Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, It all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
On 1st and 10, here's May. And that's incomplete. They couldn't connect. And that's how this first quarter will come to an end. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw now, May. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Here's a run to the 5-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Third and goal. And he cannot get free. Only a yard to the 3, forcing 4th down. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This about as short as you can get. Bates' kick is good. And the Pats build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's taken in by Achane. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive. Now Achane. Open space to the 35. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 14-yard line.
Say it. Knock out. Say it.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball is arriving. And it'll be second down. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. He'll look to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And the Patriots will take over here at their own 12.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped with no gain.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. May to throw on second down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains. The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down. And
now on the return, he has lost the football. But he'll gather it back in. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground is H.A. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 47-yard line. Second and 11. Back to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
New England going to take their second time out as they'll discuss what's to come.
Got to punt it. No, you can't go for it. You got to be down by 17. Nah, ask Bell. Ask Bell.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This one from 54 yards out. Udi's kick is good. And the Dolphins are back within a score. It's now 17-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
To throw on first down is May. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. May now on 1st and 10. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, New England. He is shining in this postseason spot. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Pats move out to a 24-10 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 7 Pirates. Let's go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's going to be rated out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy,
that's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed left. Handoff here, up the middle. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Quick throw here is complete. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their third and final timeout. Throwing on third down is May. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. So we've reached halftime here in the AFC title game as we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting to be claimed. 30 minutes away, unless, of course, we have overtime. We're back underway in the AFC title game. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete.
Come on, set. 70 range, 70 range. Come 19, come 19. Ready?
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal. They'll look to throw. This one hauled in by Thomas. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Miami. On is Moody to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins back within 7. It's 24-17. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. First down, Here's a run going left. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Once again, it's Achane. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Catch made right side by Thomas. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Miami.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
In motion comes Thomas. Throwing now from the gun. He's got it at about the 8. And he will score. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. on 1st and 10. Here's May. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
He'll go right and find his running back. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
On 2nd down, it's May. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll let the fullback try to push the punt. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the 1st down. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Right back to him on 1st down. Finding space at the 15. The speed on display. He's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg.
LJ,
Momentum field. Come out of the
give me something to drink.
Take the lead. Now it's up to the
give me something to drink.
Climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Small patience to fight million. That's what we do. You hear me?
On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane.
You hear me?
Can he get away? No.
Please.
Behind the
Please,
line.
I need
Good
it
job
real
by the
bad.
defense
Okay,
with a negative play. 1 quarter remains here in the AFC Championship game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports.
There you go.
In motion
Open.
comes Thomas.
Now you open.
He'll drop to throw.
You open.
He will find
You
Thomas.
open. Open.
And they'll be set up now.
Open.
Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting
Oh, man,
a
it's not
late
like those
lead,
photos.
and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Well, we give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Back to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. He's in. Touchdown, Miami. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. To throw on first down is May. Taking off.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Second and 7. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Now he'll air one out. And this will be incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Second down and 8. May gonna look to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Still on his feet. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now he'll run it. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. They're going to have it 1st and goal. He'll be out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. A pickup of 44 yards. Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is 1st down and goal. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Achane. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Dolphins. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Lots of space. Past the... And now again he loses the football. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
Just a critical error here, Mike, at this stage in the game. You understand this defense, they are desperate for a stop. They've got to get you off the field, and one of the easiest ways to do it, create a takeaway. You have to secure the ball. Of course, points are great, but none of it matters if you turn the ball over, and these are the kind of mistakes that decide ball games late.
79 Bronco.
They'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That ball intercepted. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. Here's first down. He'll run. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's May. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical third down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
And that is incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. He connects with Gray on that one. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They are trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the fourth quarter?
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. It's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
So a big one looming for Jake Bates. This to win the game. And this one is going to run out of steam. This is short. It's no good. And this game, in all likelihood, is headed to overtime. This is 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. So, overtime coming up. Reminder, these rules different from the regular season. Each team gets to possess the football once. After that time, its next score wins. Each team gets 3 timeouts. Any defensive score ends the game. And all replay challenges come from upstairs. We'll play as long as we need to until we get a winner. As if playoff football wasn't stressful enough, it is jacked up now. We're back underway with this postseason overtime session. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go, 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And he's going to go all the way to win it here in overtime.
Boy, this ain't the old playoffs. I still got an opportunity.
There was no easing into overtime for this group, but now all of a sudden, remember, they got to go back on defense now and get a stop. This game is not over.
The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. Now a first throw here in overtime.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. They go. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. Quick throw here is complete. His first catch here in this AFC title game, and it's a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And it's intercepted. That ought to seal it. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46. So a win here for the Dolphins as they will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy. They are off to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks as champions of the AFC.
Run up on Big Glow, you won't, I bet you'll be on the floor. Big carbon here like